Fault by any chance?
Yes, it's probably, isn't it? Joan Mir, 14th in this session. His teammate wins in 15th. Here is Marc Marquez, then 13th place at the moment, one spot behind.
Finnish Grand Prix that was due to take place on July the 15th, cancelled because of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic and some travel complications getting to Finland. But there's been a new 5-year contract signed between the Finnish promoters and Dorna Sport, so the Kimi Ring will be on the calendar until at least 2026. So some good news to come out of it. Some good news at the moment for the factory Ducati team. Just their 7th ever 1-2.
Without the problem to Fabio, maybe it would have been difficult for us to try to win in Jerez, but that's racing. I think Jack had a similar problem in both races in Qatar. So yes, but we're happy. We were on the podium with 4 riders since the beginning of the season, always on the podium. So we try to take advantage of 2 circuits where we should be very competitive, here in Mugello, and then it's a long season, we will see. That leads me into exactly...
Yeah, and it's the first time, Steve, in their history that they've kicked off a season with at least one bike on the podium in the first 4 Grand Prix. So yeah, behind the scenes back in Borgo Panigale, near Bologna, on the outskirts of Bologna, the Ducati engineers have worked incredibly well over the winter testing program at the start, as he does so often do.
It's getting quite dark here again, certainly from the windows of our commentary box, and you just feel whether now could be the time to head out and really put in a good time attack here to try and get a spot in turn into the top 10 to get yourself a place into Q2 potentially, just in case it's going to rain for the rest of the weekend. Let's pop down to pit lane though before perhaps we get these time attacks in and catch up with Simon Crayford. An update perhaps, scorers, if they've told you anything, that is. On the
easy to get out there when the conditions are quite mixed, but he's not done that without lacking confidence. He would have assessed the track conditions. Good to see this man back in the fold as well. Alberto Puig, we've missed him over the last couple of races, Repsol Honda team manager. First time, of course, he's been united, ironically, coincidentally, when Marc Marquez returned. Alberto Puig had to have a couple of races off through personal reasons, but great to see Alberto back in the paddock at the helm of HRC.
Slicks on for Alex Marquez as well. Now, this is a huge roll of the dice, because not only is it still
in pit lane, that's no great surprise for myself and Steve, as we mentioned a couple of times. A bit of wind is blowing some very menacing and threatening grey clouds just over the airfield, which sits over the road here from the Le Mans circuit, and they're starting to gather right over the grandstand. So will Miller get a chance to actually fire in a hot lap on the slick tyres?
And this is his first flying lap on the slicks. They're frantically trying to perhaps change the slicks for Maverick Vinales. That may well be too late, but we'll focus now on the race winner last for Miller in a moment. Here comes Marc Marquez, 7 minutes to go. He's now going to go out there, and it is. Miller is almost half a second up through sector 2, and that has to be the clear sign for everybody in the paddock that you have to be out there right now on slick tyres. 100%.
Get out there. Marquez, he's out there on slick tyres. You can see a few spots of rain on the cameras as Miller breaks into the Shimano Burf S.
See the rain falling here for Alex Marquez. Absolutely no chance. He almost wiped Alex Rins on the exit of pit lane there as well.
That is the classic Le Mans turn 3 crash, Steve. Trail braking into that turn 3. That will all be about not enough temperature in the left-hand side of that front tyre. Axel Vautier sprints towards the fallen Alex Marquez. Turn 3, it's been the most crash-stacked corner of the entire MotoGP calendar in both 2019 and 2020. Sure, they'd have absolutely known how good Jack is in these conditions. They'd have trusted their rider to have made that call, and what a call it's proving to be.
Looks like there's been a moment here for Miguel Oliveira as well. The condition is tricky. It's just worth pointing out at this stage as well that if you are on soft, wet tyres, there may well still be a lap time out there, but a tricky moment here. Maverick Vinales has got his Yamaha going again, so he'll head back into pit lane, or perhaps find a route back on circuit again.
That top 10. Rins has gone fastest in the first sector, as has Marc Marquez. Marquez would not have, well, he would have done an exit lap on the slick tyres, came straight back in. He would have seen those rain spots falling. Brilliant first sector then from Marc Marquez.
This is the driest part of the circuit, though. This is where Miller started to make his advantage clear, although this is a pretty good lap coming in from both Marquez and Rins.
You can see there straight away, Marquez lost half a second in sector 2. He's out on the medium rain tyres supplied by Michelin this weekend. Maverick Vinales.
And Yaya, he improves to 6th, but where is the number 20? Fabio Quartararo, Lorenzo Savadori.
Brilliant.
Shout out to the Aprilia rider. 6th place for him, and here comes Fabio Quartararo. Will he crucially make it in? No, he won't.
Yeah, not even close, was he, Fabio Quartararo, to be fair. Aleix Espargaro in 10th place. Quartararo was over 0.6 of a second adrift of the Spaniard.
Well, all 4 Yamahas, Matt, will be really hoping that the sun comes out this afternoon, because none of them...
It was a really good late attack from him to get himself up inside that top 5. The 2 Repsol Honda men in the top 5. Paul Espargaro 4th, just 1 place ahead of Marc Marquez. Decent record here in Le Mans. Paul Espargaro, of course, he was on the podium in those rain conditions on the factory KTM here last October.